be crazy alone, I'm not gonna allow you to be crazy alone.
Yeah.
So like I have to like set a plan up. Like at one point I called his attorney, I called some bodyguards, and I just planned a whole kidnap, and we kidnapped him and took him to the hospital because we could not get him to the hospital. And he was trying to fight them and everything, but it was 6 of them. He couldn't handle it. And we threw him in the car. He would try to jump out the car. So we put him in the center of the car, you know? And that was like his last episode.
That's a 5150, right? That's what they call it?
When you go to the like,
Yeah, but they try to do things where he could sign himself out. And I'm like, he's not signing. Like, I'm stern with them. He's not signing himself out. I'm his wife and I'm his power of attorney. He ain't going nowhere. Like, I have to be strict. It's kind of like you have to go in mother mode, you know, and put your foot down.
Were you ever scared?
I was never scared he would hurt me. People were scared for me, but it's a scary moment. Yeah.
As I asked her that, was she scared? She was like, I'm not scared of you.
I tell him all the time, I'm not scared of you, so we gonna figure this out. Like, I have to get gangster with him because and I'm like, all right, we gonna see. Yeah. Let's do this, you know? You wanna...
Welcome on into another episode of the Healthy Discussion Show. And today we're talking about Gucci Mane and his wife kidnapping him, right? And I had to title it that, you know, for marketing purpose. But his wife did something that I think that she deserves a round of applause for. And the reason why I say this is, see, when you have a good wife or a good person or a good partner or someone that just want to see you do good friendship, they're going to correct you when you're wrong, right? And they're going to go to the extreme to make sure that upon your correction, it's generally for your best interest. Now, she hired someone to kidnap Gucci, not someone, bodyguards and XYZ, because Gucci was going through a mental breakdown or episodes. It's basically when people blank out or black out. And I had to realize, you know, I had people around me that's the same way. Even now, most people don't know this. My mom has MS, and she has the same trait. She would say this, that to you, and then moments later, you want something to eat. And it's like, as a regular human being, you don't know how to switch on and off like that. So I definitely can relate to this video, and I definitely understand this video. And I think she did a wonderful job at it. At the end of the day, she is white for a reason, right? She ain't picked no slouch. She flipped the money for him, so she know how to earn him some money. And not only that, she cared about his well-being and his mental health, even by going to the extreme. And she can recognize. See, when you going through something mental, a lot of people, they have to know you to be like, that's unnormal, or you may be leading up to this or leading up to that. So the fact that she is very precise and she's very observant, got to give her a round of applause. She know her man. Now, another thing, Gucci came from the streets. So within the street, to me, you have to become somebody else. You damn near have to have split personalities, right? And I'm sure you hear the voices talking in your head stating, well, you should go do this to this person. It might be an egotistical. See, one thing about the devil that I notice and I peep and I observe is that he uses your emotions to get at you, just as much as he target women with their emotions, right? See, if you read the book stated that he didn't talk to Adam, right? The devil talked to Eve, and he appealed to her emotions, right? So the same thing that the devil would do to a man, he would appeal to your ego, your emotions. And you got different emotions. To me, can be demonic forces, right? Especially the bad ones. You got good ones, and you have bad ones, right? So obviously, Gucci Mane was going through different type of trials and tribulations in his life. He was trying to suppress a lot of things. Think about it from the streets. You use the violence. You got to stand on your principles. You can't be soft. You got to suppress everything. You got to be on drugs. You got to smoke weed, pop pills. Anything you got to do to suppress those feelings, you're willing to do. That's a full-time damn job. Let me repeat. That is a full-time job. And who who you calling? You may not want to talk to your counselor because you don't want to be vulnerable. And I think at a certain point, a man becomes vulnerable when he becomes to conquer himself. See, I think the whole objective of life, or one of the main purposes, is to actually master self. And once you master self, you can master everything and everyone else, right? So the things that you fear, the things that you're suppressing, the things that you're not so comfortable with, those are the things that you have to get used to, or understand. Not even used to, you have to understand it and conquer it, right? You have to. Lucky thing, he has an angel on his side that's helping him conquer and getting close to self-mastery. And the fact that he's vulnerable about it, and he wrote a book titled Episodes, right? And he's going to make a movie. I heard word on the street. I think this was a good example of how you can go from bad to good, and how you can go from immature to mature, right? You can go from being very, very devilish, or just in survival mode, to actually excelling and soaring high, right? Gucci Mane is a great example of that. I knew growing up, I listened to Gucci. As a part of my life, Gucci brought me through a lot of things. So the fact that I see the man rising to the occasion now, you got to give him a round of applause. And he's doing it with a black queen, and obviously she deserved the title queen, because it's in her actions. It's literally in her actions. But let me know what you think about this. I think this is a good one right here.
I experienced him going through episodes before we were married, and I was like, man, somebody got to help this guy. It was really, really bad. It's really sad, because you're seeing someone you don't know.
And big ups. I'm from Jamaica, and she's from Jamaica as well. So one thing I can say about Caribbean folks, we're more family oriented and very helpful. Yes, we may have downloaded some of the Western civilization programming, but we still have the ancestral programming as well. You can tell she stick by her man's side. She know how to cook, she know how to clean, she know how to do all these things, she know how to flip his money, all these type of things, right? And I know some people, what they're gonna do for different red pill channels and XYZ, they're gonna try to say, which one thing about doing YouTube, I've noticed you could take different angles in anything and everything, any interview. You could take different angles. Some people are gonna come up and say, she was more masculine than Gucci. She said that she's strong and XYZ. Some people gonna actually describe it or deliberate on the interview like that. But I see it for what it was, right? She had to be strong in some moments. And mentally, Gucci wasn't all the way there. So she had to be strong in that department. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. And the fact that they're unity. Sometimes people are weak at one thing and the other person are strong at the other. That's why they created man and woman. They're using each other, duality, strength and weaknesses. But together, they're definitely going further than Wells Fargo. That's just what I see. But let's continue.
They're saying things to you that are disrespectful, so mean, and you have to just but I'm not talking to Gucci. Who is this person?
Right.
So I felt like if I left, he wouldn't have been the same. He needed someone to help him. And then when we were supposed to get married, someone said to me, you're going to have to deal with this through your marriage, right? And I'm like, I'm cool with it. I'm going to fix him.
How heavy was that for you, though? Because the fixing isn't like an overnight thing.
No.
I saw Gucci, you did Big Facts, and you were talking about how one time you said to him, I should record this so that you can see, because he wouldn't even remember some of the things he was doing, but it would you'd be like, oh my God, what's happening right now?
Yeah.
How heavy was it in the process of trying to help him get better?
There was one point I had to just go on my knees and pray, because it's he's like, I don't like it.
And that's good. See, she used the forces above. She used God to help her conquer this situation, as she should, because like I say, he needed help. He don't know how to. A lot of guys, we're very egotistical, and even if we need help, you're never going to know that. It takes a man to actually let a woman know that. Mentally, he needed help. And she was there to help. Got to give that a round of applause. We got to give that a standing ovation, right? Normally we tear each other community down by this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? This should be celebrated right here. This should be celebrated. And I am going to buy the book, and I am going to read the book, and let you guys know how the book went. Because I'm a big reader. I enjoy reading, right? I enjoy it. I think a lot of keys are in the books. And you got to learn from other people's experiences.
I mean, the things he would say are really, really bad. And I just have to like take a deep breath. Like I said, I'm not talking to you right now. You want to sit here and be crazy alone? I'm not going to allow you to be.
For you, what was it like just trying to protect the business that you guys have built while
I have a system.
Personally...
I take his apps off his phone. First thing I do, I delete Instagram. I delete everything. Even if I...
She's so good. See, Gucci, and this is how I know she's telling the truth. Gucci ain't say nothing. The fact that you could tell he was a little bit like, you could tell you like, dang, she talking a lot. But at the same time, this is part of being vulnerable now, isn't it? He let her talk and let her handle the business. She's a great business partner, obviously. They getting riches together. Rags to riches. They getting it. You know, so... And you could tell that he still go through his go-throughs, right? But he has someone in his corner that he know for sure is going to be there. I wish them nothing but the best.
I got to change his password. I'm changing it because I don't need the public to know he's having an episode. You realize you'd never know about any other episodes since September 13th because I control that. Because you're not going on Instagram, you're not going on Twitter. It's deleted. You know, and I just...
These red pill guys and blue pills or whatever fair guys, they're going to have a field day. Oh, she controls... Excuse me. She controls everything. She controls his password. She controls his Instagram. Well, she is his paralegal too, and they're in business together. And if I see my partner doing something wrong, and I know that I could change that, and it could be a little bit drastic or a little bit uncomfortable for her, you know, or him or her, like, you know, we got a duality here, him or her. Why wouldn't you do it? To me, that's what love is. That's what pure love and true love is at the end of the day, right? You do for people what you will want done upon yourself, especially if it's righteous.
Control everything at home. And now before the episodes come, I catch it. So that's why he hasn't had another one.
Very absurd.
And how you catch that is he doesn't speak to you. He wants to be left alone. He don't eat. He does not sleep. Text messages, there's a period after each word. And I'm like, you're going through an episode. You're sick. No, I'm not. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Why do you think that? You're not speaking to me. Well, there's nothing to talk about. I said, well, that's not how you speak to your wife. And I'm like, you're sick. And we snap out of it right then.
Wow. You know, we heard Kim this week say how Kanye just used to give away their cards and stuff when he would go through episodes. And in the book you talk about,
I did that.
You just used to be giving away stuff.
I gave away jewelry.
Money.
And jewelry cost so much.
Money.
You know how much it costs for jewelry? Like,
Yeah.
I would give my friends jewelry and like.
And I think that comes with guilt and remorse. It's like, I know a lot of people now. It's funny. I had to see this video because I know a lot of people. Now I got to call some people and apologize and say this and say that because I know a lot of people that mentally they wasn't straight. And sometimes you just want to protect yourself, so you build up a wall, but you don't really know that that person really probably needed help. And sometimes it's not your job to help everyone, but if you can see it, that's the thing about knowing things and having knowledge and want to pursue knowledge. And I'm the type I always want to forever learn. So I'm a student every day. So sometimes you know so much and know too much that it actually could be detrimental, you know? So now I finally see it's like, dang, that person was probably going through some stuff they didn't want to let me know about, you know? And how could they let me know? It was probably tired of bombarding me with other stuff too. And it's been times to me, I think that I done snapped and blacked out and did this and did that, or trigger points and stuff like that. So it's like, damn, maybe I got this problem too. You know, like you got to really look at yourself and be like, perhaps, sometimes you got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, perhaps a piece of this and a part of this is the piece of me. You know? So this one, to me, mental health is very important. It's extremely important. And if you need help, get it. Get it. Because you don't want to be being regretful and being like, damn, I should have talked to somebody now. I got 30 years. I got a life sentence. I'm facing this. I'm facing that. All because of impulse and all because of inaction.
Like, they know I went well, they'll take it.
Man,
They
That's
take
why,
advantage
like,
of
yeah,
you.
I felt like, damn, they know something's going on with me, but they'll take it. So it's like, when I got out of jail, like, I cut off all my friends, my old friends. I'm like, damn, they were taking advantage.
I wonder what the psychology is behind that. Like, why when you going through an episode, you feel
Give away money and I don't know.
You don't care
You're not
about
in your
nothing.
mind because the money it's not. You're kind of like in a warped world. It's almost like it's a psychosis. You know what I'm saying? It's not. You dealing with stuff like you hearing voices.
Yeah, they have
You
voices.
know, and you hearing voices too. Like it's telling you to. You know, you might think that Charlamagne I might think that you trying to fight me. You ain't even did nothing. We be like, bro, I ain't did nothing to you. What's wrong? Like I'll be like trying to fight you, Charlamagne. Like you did this. You know what you did? You stole something from me. And you be like, bro, I ain't stole nothing from you. But in my mind, I'm like, it's the truth. So that's what I used to deal with.
How did therapy and the self-work change your relationship with anger? And like, do you still wrestle with that same inner voice that you talk about throughout the book?
I don't. I don't. It's like I seen a therapist. I got a so taking medicine that prescribed for me what she thought, and it worked. And I haven't had any other problems.
You know, I always wondered when people have episodes, what sparks it, right? Do you know what sparked the episodes?
I think drug use,
Stress,
and not sleeping combined. It wasn't just like, okay, I drank the lean. It was also I'm drinking lean, and I had like 5 or 6 charges, open cases. So I was so stressed out. So, you know, I'm going to the studio and I got all these artists. I'm steady working hard. You know what I'm saying? So from the outside looking in, you would think that I'm not fazed about it. But it's almost like I pushed the cases out my mind. You see what I'm saying? But it's still a stress. But I'm just not dealing with it. I'm not talking about it. I'm just like acting like it's never gonna happen. Like court not gonna never happen. But that's a big stress. And I'm steady drinking lean, smoking weed, taking pills to kind of numb that. And then one day it's just like straw that break the camel back. Boom, now my mind can't take it. When I had the episode in 2019, 2020.
See, and that was well said, man. That was well said. Like, I know people that's like this. I'm telling you. But now I finally understand why they like this. And sometimes you got to use people example. To me, Gucci Mane deserves a round of applause because the fact that he was vulnerable throughout the situation, he didn't have to let the public know this. He did not have to let the public know this. But the fact that he did, it showed me that he's a different person. For sure. He's a different person.
It was COVID. That really just messed me up. And then another thing what triggered the episode was I got my teeth done and they put me under anesthesia and the drugs messed me up. When I came from under anesthesia, I was having an episode, flipping out. And I was like, damn, I ain't even doing, you know, I could understand that. You know what I'm saying? So even if I go, it's like, damn, I never thought that would be a trigger, but that was a trigger. So it could be a multitude of things.
Gotcha.
For you.
Well said. Leave your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think about this one. I thought this one was a great interview. And check on people's mental health. Mental health is very important. A lot of people, especially in today's time, we got the government shut down, finances, people struggling, XYZ. You just never know what someone's going through. One word can actually change an entire mind, right? It all starts with a word. So check on people. Be very observant. If you can get them help, get them help. If you can be patient, be emotionally intelligent, because you just never know, right? This is another episode of the Healthy Discussion Show. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. That's all I ask, and make sure that you hit the bell notification for me, and go check out the Designified store. That's my merch store if you want to support the channel even more. This is another episode of the Healthy Discussion Show. You know how I like to keep it. Positivity over negativity, always. Peace out.